And now we begin 2.2. Right? Yeah. Now we begin 2.2. Right! Oh, I forgot she's here. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest are long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Ristola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Jack, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It seemed that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which is related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Ah, hello there. Jack, was it? Shola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that, I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. What of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... You missed me, friends. I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? Figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Malja friends. Wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way. I was even able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls I've ever seen. Stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. That's so. Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Jack. Where? Right there. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Ariange of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Waste.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Yippee! Love this outfit of hers.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, then it came to me. What if there is something or someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Maybe not, but neither would the concerned be eager to Neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escorts so as not to attract undue attention. But who... Ah, I see! Yes, the concerned may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley? Fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Jack? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same from the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I've received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Do something stupid. Yes, that is stupid. I shouldn't do that. Anyways. He's gelato. I didn't realize he stole his mining equipment. Cute. Open at last, as expected. Are you unharmed? I'm fine. Gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suspect there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? And all with the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you're wondering. Thieves are a long way from home. Tancred, if you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters on Horizon, I have inquiries to make. Horizon then. Lufa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. That's so. And by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with this fellow in private. No. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... How did you manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. Have my word on that. B. Keep me apprised of the details. Of updates? What the fuck did you say? Yes? She's standing next to me. Understood. Your time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. I try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yup. The fucking middle. Yup. The antecedent bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where the young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. Well, you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you. I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Welcome back, slut. You missed the only voiced cutscene we've had for a while. I'm pissing people off by saying Miku is the only Vocaloid. Yeah, we're in 2.2 right now. Yeah, exactly. Is this Xenoblade? There's only one. Yeah. You're late. No matter. Now where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? And authored? Well, like the rest of the nations on the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garelian Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, don't you think? Come with me to Old Jack. Unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. John Vocaloid. You're right, sorry. Matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. I understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. I know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears? Oh, man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you'll find me what you're liking. Alphino Levier at your service, a friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. You indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. You'll need some if you are to wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help. Fun fact about the refugee leader here. You can tell from their tail they're an ARR, like me. But at this point in the game, ARR weren't added. So if you were to, like, you know, use third-party tools to change her outfit, you know, remove the hood and so on, you would find that she's actually just a Mikote with a modified head and tail.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Rip.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
Fair enough.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at the sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice to say, however, sacrifices have been made. So it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Easy. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Jack? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. Wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word they can't come. Meaning I got a boatload of foodstuffs. No one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance, haha. Go and call on Friedrich and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's orders to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Hot watch. Well, that is a rather odd request. Have you misheard her instructions? Nope. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. You shut up. Racist. In business of feeding refugees now. I normally wanted to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Yeah, well, that's crazy. Do it. Not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. I'll kill you. Right here, right now. Let's go. Bitch. Didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. I'll fucking kill you. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. A small favor you fairly won with your words. It is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate, and I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. A dog fighting the fart bubbles in the bath. Leggy Adeleggy, the motherfucker himself. Balled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. Yeah. A pleasure, Jack. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. Is it gonna be nice, or do I have a lot of reading to do?
To meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Fair enough.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Uldar. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamican refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Alright. Got shit to do. As he observed, Lolorito was not afraid to speak his mind, nor as he liked to change it. Wait. I see Virgil. I see Virgil in the chat. Oh my god, I see you two up there. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. Everyone miss me? Nah, I sees ya. And then I do this. I don't have the button, hold on. Someone call a chirurgeon, someone call a conversion, but not for me. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor laments Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in the air this hold with no hope of better treatment. Would I have the time to find an alternative? He's not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Infilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, nor will my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, even just a few days. Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with not save food. The fuck? Why did that just turn on? Hold on. Alright, one of my lamps fucking turned itself on. That's weird. Okay. Got a ghost in my house. Awesome. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with not save food and shelter by way of reward. Pro said, hi. Terms not unlike those which you proposed, Lady Geary. So, I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah. Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. They can if they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again, I find myself in your debt. Do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Jack. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Man. Bum, bum, bum. Do. Alright, one sec. You're concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such a time as they are ready to set out from Ardona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When the government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the domain's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. From what may, you shall ever have a friend here in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Ugiri, let us put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? And I can't wait for the game to give us more dialogue options. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, where from they shall be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly. It would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Jack, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. I'm glad I muted in time. I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Ugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Alright. Moving on to the dim light, the tunnel titled Heaven's Ward. Don't mind me continuing to be lazy so I can play some solitaire. Lazy bum. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Oh yeah, no, I hate beer. I just drink it so I can throw the empty bottles for comedic value. I knew from a glance at what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle. but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. Give my thanks, friend. I see you got my son Yozan. He can tell you more. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? You will be traveling by a horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Hey, who are you to fucking judge? Asshole. Giant birds that people ride like horses. I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Ugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, but I bet you can find them in no time. Ugh. Queer. Blanche turns her head like her name was called. Hey, you're not Yozan, who are you? I'm Koharu. Jack Rodrigo, eh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, scions. And you must know Lady Ugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Jack Rodrigo. Are you playing? No fair. Yuzan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? You get to ride a horsebird carriage. I don't know, it sounds scary. But if Yuzan says it's safe, I'll go. Yo Johnson. I thought that was you for a sec. At a glance, I'm like, oh, that's Beryl. Wait, no. Okay. Oh, NPCs are now a solid Beryl. Me too, man. Feels off of my ass. Oh god. Like that Family Guy scene with Huey getting scared by that one fucking picture. But it's all solid barrel instead. How'd you find me? Guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just really good at this. I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. Wonderful. All the children are counted hide and seek. I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Ugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Guardians found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. It's a Moogle, or whatever they're called. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on your journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform my coachman. You gonna be off, are you? Well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. Fierce looking beastie has been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on them, of course. I don't pay to gamble in this business. I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this led to is another story. I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area is safe like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. Blades tell me the road there is safe, but I reckon we can make it that far on our own, assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Ah, dangy. Dangy, dangy, dangy. This idiot said dangy. Everyone point and laugh. The Grink gonna be there? Sorry, I'm doing important things. AKA playing solitaire. Oops. Oh wow, didn't die to that. You could play Fortnite? That's so true, honestly. I'm gonna become a Fortnite streamer. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. 14 is your hands and Fortnite with your feet? True. Get that feet cam set up, we'll be golden. There was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Like Mario Odyssey players, yeah. Well fought, madam. Well fought. If only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one ever even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give her all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Oh. Hey, Miss Jack, Kahar and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Got an ass of fortune. Money, eh? Yes, I want money too. I could do a lot of things if I had some, well, any. My turn now. Excuse me, Miss Jack, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? anything out. The tire would be like... Bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. Well, there are lots of rocks and things. Sounds a bit scary, but you'll be there too, won't you? Nafkaru. My turn again. Miss Jack, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Buy all weapons and armor from Rowena. Train every day. Aha, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me. And don't leave anything out. Alright, that's enough questions for Miss Jack. Not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. You think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Oh, for sure. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Miss Jack. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Miss Jack and Lady Yugiri. Just like Miss Jack and Lady Yugiri. We talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? We can be pro Fortnite gamers. Now you got that shit stuck in my head. I hate you. Would Jack play Fortnite? That's a good question. Like, probably? Definitely wouldn't see yourself above it. My heart says yes. This game you've heard on a console has been dead for decades. Or Nintendogs. No, Blanche would definitely be a Sims girl. No shot, she's not. Ah, Jack. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. So what else? Oh, now I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Was my hyperfixation when I was 12? Yeah. In his past time, Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I'd have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaftborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the Guild Emissary. Both meetings go well. The resulting tide should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Jack. That's usually no Granville's egg group. Well, yeah, it's fairy, isn't it? This must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. If I had to guess, I would say either field or fairy, one of those two. Go look it up. I'm not a nerd like her. If I am, God struck me to... I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. For though we may seem, we have wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, providing they are willing to earn their keep, of course. Didn't show for the rest of the stream, I would suck. You're no strangers to hard work, Master Slaftborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. I understand. I give the same speech to all new arrivals. You needn't bow your head or call me master either. They're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, field or fairy if I had to guess. Alright. I don't know what groups either. Oh, it's field and fairy? Wait, no, are you serious? Wow, that's incredible. What a fucking... Holy shit. Hold on, I need to pull up a thing. Hold on, I need to pull up an image. Hold on, this will be worth it, I promise. Add. That was me. I fucking landed somehow. Incredible. As you wish, Slaftborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. And with that, Jack on the moon. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. Our guests have met to meet the antecedent. Someone else, Jack. Why are you wasting time with me? Lead them to the rising stones. Okay, Dad. Okay, great king of evil. To whom much is given, much is expected. That would be... Sorry, thinking about that again. Yeah, that would be good. Jack with any fucking interaction. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Let's take a good look around. And she's not hiding behind the desk this time. There he is. I'm fighting a war at the moment. Oh no. This whole thing, it's nothing compared to what the Domans have endured. But she's stuck at Vesper Bay. Wait, where were you in Vesper Bay? On the statue? Oh, no wonder I didn't see it then. Okay. There's no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Curiosity has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but waiting confirmation on that which we already know. For the Domans, I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did not, or I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Ugiri is here. Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her. You have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? You have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. Oh, Falco? Like, hands off my cock, Falco? In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Did you require aught else? Pray speak with Slothborn. Lady Ugiri, Jack? Lamine and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at ease upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled by the matter of the missing crystals. Sheila should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. All the knights in Ishgard? Yeah, it's gonna be impossible.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a fleet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Piaget too reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what? Pray tell.
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
What?
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Hey buddy, whatever you say.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Finally, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. He will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion support in this endeavor. But if, God forbid, our efforts should come to naught, we will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Manfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral. Admiral. But I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with my own eyes. That's so. Sorry. Hold on. Alright. That's so. I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require. But precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Jack, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sepsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation's staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, and you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkbreda has charge of the garrison. Okay. I've been expecting you, Scion, the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter at the Sapsa spawning ground. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. You must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, knowing it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or for worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in this search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask you to recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. I'm not too good at dying. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Slightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg of you. Damn. Catch me for the larder. Anyways. Damn, this one's taking a fucking long ass time to pick up. Holy shit. You returned, thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Well, your gods. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remained unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details on the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth once they do. Those damned fishback bastards. Kill them slowly and then chase their something. And then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Damn. Beast Commander. We're here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. Want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? But my apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our soul-surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we're not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful, for the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. Be mindful. The selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form a smaller unit in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Jack and Y'shtola, you two are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Anchored in Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning ground. Having done so, we'll take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Jack. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle. When last did we fight side by side, Jack? So long ago, I warned. But come, let us away. You know what? I kind of hope we get like a swashbuckler class. I think that would be interesting. Do the dual pistols like Merlib has. That could be cool. Yeah, that's true. Fuck it, have it be a progressive from Rogue. Actually, that would actually fuck the leveling process of it, since anyone who really plays this game has ninja leveled as well. Ooh, well. It'd be so funny. Okay, can you? There you go. Bonk. Oh, more? Oh my god. Hey, Michelle, you alright? Do not concern yourself. It was but a glancing blow. Come, E30 is close at hand. Let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much?
I love you, Gary.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
He says and then does like the most elegant looking thing. Flashy motherfucker. I don't know.
To the Aetherite!
Clap, clap, clap.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
They are pretty fucking cool.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled, Swordwalker, tormented our kind. But
Shriveled shorewalkers.
your time is at an end. You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs.
No.
Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
It's a real shitty rhyme.
You feel that?
What in the world, does she like me?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
What?
Such power!
By the way, are you busy later tonight? Damn, that's crazy. Anyways.
Damn you!
Foolish samurai warrior. I'll do it again.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all! My being, the way. It could by right be infinite.
Yippee!
Am I not immortal?
Well, depends on your definition.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Tsunami? Leviathan's signature move? Why would he ever do that? Understand, I speak no formal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we supposed to prevent it? For a moment, I saw her. Aura farming. But you do know this is not where, we board the ship to go fight it, you know. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you can maybe sure, but Limlayan herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. I kinda doubt that. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let's return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Fair enough. Wrestles him into a not true. You're expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. When the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
The thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
True. You had to run a fuck ton of errands for it.
My lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldek and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
This fucking guy.
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
A knowing look.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us they walked among us in days of yore, among us. But I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I've come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. Damn. What is it? Message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Oh, God. One of the company of heroes. The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store by this claim. Even should it be true, and as Ishtal has said, none seems a company of heroes have bested Leviathan. And we know how they went about it. This man is of their number. What could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered limbs to survive on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, we afford to ignore this man. His testimony could yield us any manner of advantage. Should we not hear it? Name it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Promoslayer's claims. Jack, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanasha. The storm private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. Mere journey proof fruitful. Prove fruitful. No. Fucking blow up. Blow me up to bits. Oh boy. Oh boy. God damn it. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Got a fucking booty out. Odds man, I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now pick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can. I'm gonna tell of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan is huge, make no mistake. Give me an idea of how big, each of his scales about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hand at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a great mistake. What happened next? I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. There you go, Slap. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Yep, too modest. Now there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That's why you got to live and to learn with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Ah, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was enjoying the intention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company heroes. I'm no marauder, I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dung. I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo Dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them. That don't happen much. My member's tiny. It's pathetic. Oh god. God, how fucking stupid this guy is. Private like, what? Sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan, but have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working at the as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, alerting about the harbor when I saw it. Great big massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I sold myself right then and there. What? Oh God, it's just remembering that day made me saw myself all over again. Hey wait, if you're asking about Leviathan, that means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. In his gullet's a reference to 2, bottom of the sea. I can't remember which that one's referencing. Why, you worthless lying horseman. I can't believe you made me handle Chugabadum. Jack, this is Menfilia. We're able to learn aught of use against Leviathan. I beg your pardon. Why, you beat us? I see. That's unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Moravi dry docks. Try to make your way here as soon as you're able. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. No sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. Moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the World Leader, I call her, is complete. She surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, it has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. There she is, I saw her. The World Leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bury the Leviathan. Where'd she go? She's turned invisible. Oh god. There she is. Kept you waiting, huh? I know that look. You're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, World Leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. It's been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vimelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it'll use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahuagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Anchored in Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapside, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Anchored in Y'shtola, if you would join the 3rd Levy and Lady Ugiri the 5th. But what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily. The sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. And the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Jack. May the crystals bless and keep you. What are you on? The World Leader. I be eating whirls. Oh, what's a fucking selfie emote? I can never remember. Maybe I just don't have it. Or if it even existed. I don't know. Me hitting the gritty gulp. May I please see your solid barrel? Oh god. I hope you don't got fear of open waters. Haha, no way, haha. Damn, your aim sucks. The way I be, oh god, oh fuck of water. This song is called Wreck to the Seaman. It's pretty fucking cool looking. I've always loved Leviathan. Oh, it's just out of range. Oh well. Don't hit it yet. Not yet. Oh. I think it was slightly, like ever so fucking slightly late. Oh right, I forgot you can look at the background to gain motion sickness. Oops, that was a bad idea. Go pop it. Go, 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 go. Okay. There we go. And now good music. I think. Yeah, there we go. Leviathan, 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 Leviathan. Aw, we're not gonna hear the whole song. Unfortunate. Good song. Shame. Leviathan, Leviathan. Thank you, Solid Barrel, for your duty, your assistance, for your Solid Barrel. Water and snakes, yeah. Her stoicism knows no bounds.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. Meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I'm heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
He was showing off.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
Man's getting bodied. Not in front of the bitches.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagins' reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Ugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller blow me up to bits. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron male there, and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity, to which you would be introduced, abide in the shadows of limited society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. And here's a letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. An inconspicuous man. Got business with me, venture. You're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred, too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner that what Merlib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limson, my lady. Inconspicuous man is actually pretty suspicious. What the fuck does that mean? I am Yugiri of Doma. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. Not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure. And pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. Simply better for business that we remain unseen. So you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Knowing that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow, is in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. What in the seven hells are we waiting for? Come with us, you Gary of Doe what's it, and get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Lady Jack, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. I am loath to be separated from my countrymen. I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words shall suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. Nah, ninja sucks ass. I'll pass. Through the maelstrom. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. Me wearing an I Heart Ninja shirt? Huh? But forgive me, I kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Menphilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright. Not here. It's unfortunate. Oh. Piling gold.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it. It would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Just fucking exploded.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Select tool, hit cut.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Dun-dun. Made $1 million off Flint Corn. Yeah, welcome to Endgame. Alright. That's gonna be the end for today. It's a nice stream, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Man. Alright. Alright. Like next stream another 2 months. Hopefully not. I hope to keep up. So. Barring anything that comes up, because I don't think there's anything going on in the next couple weeks. But I should be back here next Friday. Probably not finishing a Realmborn, but doing the next 2 patches. And then, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to really say. Other than, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching the VOD later on, thanks for listening. And I'll see you in, 3 years or whenever I come back. Alright. Bye-bye.